Hey guys, my name is Jess McDonald. It is the 20th of June today, and we're here with your top 5 of the week. We only had 3 shows this week, so let's get you covered up on all the good bits and pieces from post E3. First up this week, we got a video comparison showing us what GTA 5 is going to look like on PS4. Good! Looks real good. Digital Foundry knocked up a comparison video where you can check out what the new version of the game is going to be delivering on top of the original. It's just a trailer comparison, but the new shots look very pretty and lend some weight to the promises of more realistic looking water, a vibrant game world, and more NPCs wandering about for you to slaughter mercilessly. But please don't do that in real life, please. Thanks. Product development head for Sony Worldwide Studios America, Scott Rhodey, talked about microtransactions in $60 games and resolution-related things this week. He said that the controversial inclusion of microtransactions in games like Gran Turismo 6 and Drive Club is done on a case-by-case basis, and that there's no particular policy attached to whether or not a game should include the feature. He also commented on the display resolutions that the PS4 is able to output, saying that they work hard to deliver the best graphical fidelity they can. As for the 1080p business, a lot of you guys seem to agree with the Trav man in our GameSpot comments, who said 1080p is what gamers think they want. I bet a lot of them can't tell the difference. I find the resolution in games similar to 3D in movies. Looks interesting for a bit, but while you're playing, you just forget about it. Let me know if you agree or not. Microsoft has made a comment about why their E3 showing this year lacked any information about PC games. Speaking to Polygon, Phil Spencer said that E3 is mainly a retail and console show, and that they didn't feel that speaking about Windows and gaming was particularly relevant. Nevertheless, he said they're committed to PC gaming and that he thinks that gaming on Windows is critical to Microsoft's success. Let me know if you thought the PC showing should have been more significant, or if you agree with Phil. Now, I empathize with the stupidness that is the resolution debate, but the founder of Oculus has said some fairly interesting things that seem to be directed at the Order 1886 deciding to run at 30 frames per second. Palmer Luckey told PC hardware community site Linus Tech Tips that virtual reality requires huge frame rates to be successful, and that 60 frames per second is a baseline. He followed that up by saying he thinks devs opting for 30 frames per second is not a smart or a good artistic decision, and rather sees it as a failure. This is in contrast to the Order dev Ready at Dawn, who stated last month that they chose to run at 30 frames per second by design, aiming for a more filmic look to complement the game's art style. Last up, we finally got a look at some of the gameplay of Bloodborne. That's the PS4 exclusive coming from the masterminds behind Demon and Dark Souls. It looks very Soulsy, which you'd expect from Software, but it also has more of a cool horror vibe with some gruesome looking beasties that you really just want to dig a sword into. The game is scheduled to launch in 2015 and is being produced in conjunction with Sony Japan Studio. You can check out the complete 90-second gore fest on GameSpot now. Let me know if you're keen for this one and what you hope it's going to deliver on, as well as what your favorite post-E3 stories have been. This week on site, Cam exposes a load of super secret E3 goodness. On Reality Check, The Gist digs into which Xbox One games are worth buying that console for, and check out our super speedy 30 E3 2014 games in 30 seconds video. That is it for our super short week of GS News, but next week we'll be back with our regular 5 shows to make sure you don't miss a thing that happens in gaming. Till then, be sure to have a great weekend.